Hello everyone. Today I'm going to start off today's video by saying Happy birthday, Nintendo! So Nintendo is a turquoise conure, and he turns 2 years old today. Don't you, Tandy? And if anyone wanted to know, I did not name him Nintendo. I adopted him with that name. We tend to just call him Tendy, but my son likes to call him Nintendo. And he likes to say things like, I love you, hey baby, what doing, love you baby. Sorry, I'm still sick. He also likes to say my cat's name, which is Maisie, and he likes to say Bubby, which is a nickname I call my son Cyrus. Oh baby. But happy birthday, Tandy! Hello everyone, so today I have 3 finishes to show you, and then we are gonna stitch a little bit on this English House and Garden from 121 Stitch, and the design is based on a pattern sold by Bonini Stitchery. So they aren't significant finishes by any means. They're definitely small. I'm trying to bust out what I can. And one of them I don't know if you guys would even want to count as a cross stitch, but I hid them under here. And sorry for all the sniffling and stuff. I am still very much sick today. So I want to start with probably the least impressive finish, which is this small butterfly that I got from Temu. I believe this is one of the Mona Lisa ones, the MNLS. And I do want to say that this is still very stiff even after washing. Again, it's going to be hard to see because I put a color filter over my videos, but there is red here from where the legend was, and some red here, here, and up at the top here. I washed this several times and I just could not get it out. And I think the hand towel I dried this on was not completely clean because there are a few stains on this, which I don't think you'll be able to really see, but right here is one of them. Maybe you can see it, I don't know. I can see it better when I'm in the sunlight, and there's also some stains up here, and there definitely weren't stains on this before I washed it, so that's a little upsetting, but I really don't care how pretty this is. I might soak it in nail polish remover, because for me that tends to help reduce the appearance of stains. But this is one of the kits I got done. This is the second kit I got done out of 3. So, yep, just something super simple. Let me angle that better. Trying my best. These aren't very big, so here, maybe I can probably just zoom in. So that is kit number 1 that I completed. The second one I got done is a spring brand kit. I ended up having to wait a little bit for Biggest Craft to actually send me some floss. I ran out of one of the backstitch colors, and there were several, and so I emailed them and said, just let them know, like, hey, I ran out of this color halfway through my backstitching, could you send more? And they did send more, so I was able to complete this one, which is the Girl and Rabbits. And my hair, of course, is sticking to it. My nose is dripping up, sorry. I did not iron any of these, just to clarify, but I was a little bit worried about the back stitching on this, and there's some spots where it was 2 strands, and the color they sent me that I ran out of is slightly darker than what it should have been. Probably just a different dye lot, but I wasn't going to wait any longer to finish this one, so I sucked it up and did it. But I think she's super cute, and it looks a lot better now that it's washed, because the back stitching was a bit harder to see when some of the color was showing through. And I do want to say, if you want to see finishes and what I'm working on for like any type of craft, I do have an Instagram where I post to the most regularly, more regularly than the community tab here. So if you want to kind of stay updated with what I'm doing or even see finishes before I make a video, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I don't really do a whole lot of social media though, so you can't really find me many other places unless you are in the Stamped Stitch Club on Facebook. I am a member on that, and I do post haul pictures and progress pictures on there when I remember. So this was the first one I completed. Hello everyone, just inserting this at the beginning of my video because I noticed this as I went to go edit. 121 Stitch now goes by 5 Stitch, and Amanda at Amanda's Crafty Corner is reaching out to them to get more details on that. So keep an eye out on her channel in case she gets more information, because I'll let her disclose that since she's the one that's reaching out to them about this. But I thought I would mention this in this video since I'm noticing it now. They are called 5 Stitch now, and this could be for a bunch of different reasons, and I think the most innocent one being maybe someone else purchased the domain before they were able to renew it, or they just simply wanted to change it. Maybe it was too close to 131 Stitch, or is it 123 Stitch? I don't remember. I don't use that website, but just wanted to let you guys know it has changed. And this is the last one I completed, and it is my beaded keychain. So I bought the red and the blue Lucky Cat, and I got mine from AliExpress, but if you want to buy both, the only place I've been able to find that sells the red and blue is Biggest Craft. And now that my red one is done, I'm going to start the blue one for my partner, but I don't know which one was the second half, but I think it was this one. But the last side of the cat keychain, I did all but like this. So everything that's exposed right now, I did that all on like the last day, plus the sewing it together and stuff. So I just thought this was super cute. I want to make my boyfriend the blue one, and I really packed this tight, and I just love the way it feels and the weight behind it. And for the keyring, I just kind of shoved it through the plastic canvas, made sure to go through both panels. That way it had a secure connection. But yeah, I think it's super cute, and I'm really happy to finally have that done. Alright, before we get stitching, my throat is quite dry today, so I am going to be probably sipping on hot coffee in this, let me cover the mouth hole, this My Melody cup. Very cute. Alright, so I threaded my needle already, and I'm still going to be working on the half stitching, and I'm going to be working on this color or symbol right here, which is color number 733. So I don't really know what to talk about. I'll try my best to stay on screen. It's again just hard to see my camcorder screen because of the tool I use to hold it over my desk. And of course, just like yesterday, I start talking and my cat decides to go take a dump. Gosh, I don't know why I keep getting sick. I kept having a reoccurring infection in my lungs. As some of you know, I had an EKG and blood work done. And this time, I thought it was just going to be a chest cold, but now it's like in my sinuses and stuff as well. And the ER I went to that gave me the EKG, they wanted me to go back, and they were very insistent on me going back, and I was like, or they asked me like, well, do you want to come in before or after your annual? And I said, no, thank you. And they're like, okay, so after? I'm like, no, I don't see why I need to go in. If there's anything I need to know, you can post it on my chart, which is a website where doctors can post test results and we can ask questions and refill medications and such. So I'm just a little bit confused why A, my doctor can't tell me, or B, why it's not listed on my chart. Maisie, your collar is so loud against your water bowl. Whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's the same illness and it just keeps acting like it's gonna get better, but then not. Not totally sure what's going on with that, but I also don't have the mental energy to really care much. But other than that, my son recently started a new medication for at bedtime to help with his ADHD. If you're new to the channel, my son is very low functioning autistic, and just like his mama, he also has ADHD, so he has trouble sleeping, which means we both pretty much stay up till 3 in the morning. But with my health declining, my body can't really do that anymore. Sorry, my cat's entering crackhead mode and digging at the floor for no reason. What are you going through? Oh, yes. She's like, I'm excited, Mama. You can't fit up here, baby. No, no. No, no. I don't know if you can see her. You can't fit up here. She wants to try. Hi, baby. There's no room in Mama's lap. I'm at the edge of my chair. Oh, Mama. She's such a pretty girl, and she knows it. She's got pretty girl privilege in this house. I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, go play, Mimi. I'm sorry. God, goodness, I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, they're not sleeping. So it's like a medication for ADHD to help him sleep at night. He only takes half a pill of a low dose, and I do gotta say it's not nearly enough. It worked for 2 nights. Every other night he's taken it. Goodness, I'm so sorry. It has not worked. So that is a bit frustrating, but we obviously have a follow-up appointment on the 5th of December, I believe. So I will discuss that there. And I also finished filing the paperwork to get my son's diagnosis information sent over to his new doctor. That way I can get him on disability. And on top of that, new housing recently opened up in my town. So I am really hoping that we can hurry up with getting him on disability so I can finally get housing and not worry about being denied or asked to reapply because my circumstances have changed. And the reason he needs to be on disability, and I know people are... I know the whole thing with EBT right now, like that whole issue, people are like, oh, get a job, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, by the time I could walk to any place within walking distance to where I live... Maisie, you're making Mama lose focus. My brain is barely functioning today. By the time I could walk anywhere and start working, I would promptly have to leave because I would need to walk home, and if I took a cab, I wouldn't be working enough hours to afford the cab ride there and back, so I'd be losing money having a job. Sorry, I put my cat in the other room. I couldn't focus. Gosh, what was I even saying? Yeah, I would be losing money, and I am a single parent, and the other people I live around or that are in my life are either A, unwilling to watch my son, or B, not rehearsed enough in how severe his disability is. So, like, he runs off on other people because they don't watch him like a hawk. And that is something you absolutely need to do because it takes him a matter of seconds to get out the door and down the street. And I've had that happen before with people watching him. And I can't afford a caregiver either. And I do sell work online. I'm currently doing kind of okay. Sales on my crochet Etsy shop have picked up because holidays, but I need something that's more stable. So the goal here is to get him on disability, and then eventually I would like to go through the state. I know there are some programs that will allow you to do this and become a paid caregiver for my own son, because I cannot work without him having a caregiver, but also caregivers are expensive. So I might be able to do that myself, depending on the resources available in my state. Or I could entrust that on a friend, and the friend could be a state-paid caregiver for my son. I have a few friends that have worked in kind of caregiver roles before. So I could always try and apply them as well, but that is up to the friend completely. But my son is a lot. He does need a lot of care and stuff like that. And getting him on disability just kind of puts us one more step closer to figuring that out, because I do want my own place, but life's circumstances kind of have me in a position where I'm kind of screwed over. I wanted to go to college for psychology. I was told, keep the baby, I'll be there with you. Got a promise ring and everything from his father. About 2 months in, he's like, yeah, you should just get rid of it or terminate. I'm like, you're kind of too late, buddy. No. And so I kind of got thrusted into this situation by myself. And I do rely on things like EBT, and it's not because I don't work, it's because my son needs all this special care, and I'm constantly finding new things about him where I end up needing to child-proof my home, but think of it as child-proofing from an adult, because he's smart. He's smarter than that now. I had to find ways to prevent him from opening my windows. At some point when I move, I need to actually get key locks for windows. I need to get a front door that has a keyhole on both sides, so a double-sided front door, because he will escape that way, if not through a window. And I need to, once he's on disability, apply him for a safety seat. I don't know how these work because I've never really seen one or had to use one before, but I need to find a car seat that he cannot unbuckle himself. And I'm not sure how those work, but his doctor said that she would gladly help us sort that out once we get disability rolling. But there's just all this stuff that most people don't have to think about that I have to think about. And this stuff costs money, especially when insurance isn't covering anything or the government's shutting down. And it's been difficult. And I'm trying really hard to do everything I can for him. And then on top of that, always being sick, because my body loves to betray me. My health is declining, and I think so is my sanity. But, alright, I need a sip of coffee. That's life. But before I became a single mother, I wanted to go to college for psychology, and I had to watch the man that took part in creating this life go to 2 separate colleges and become a well-off man, while I had to give up on my dreams to raise my son by myself. And legally he's not the father. Apparently he went to a concert instead of showing up to the birth of our son. Given I was in another state, but so was that freaking concert. And yes, I know I can do other things like file for abandonment and stuff and try and get a court-ordered paternity test, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But I'm not gonna go into details. It's just disheartening that my life went down the path it did, and he got basically no repercussions for his actions. There we go. Anyways, I might sneeze. Give me a second. Okay, on a positive note, let me see where I... Yep, on a positive note, at least new housing opened up, I guess. I had so many things I wanted to talk about, and I was thinking about them yesterday, and today I'm just, my brain is not here. I am too sick. Goodness. I've barely even been cross-stitching at night. I've been working on a diamond painting slowly yet surely, but I did like no cross-stitching yesterday. I sat on the edge of my bed ready to cross-stitch, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna lay down. I went to lay down. I am not feeling it today. I wasn't feeling it last night. Probably won't feel it tonight either. It's not that I don't have the motivation, it's just my body doesn't have the energy, and sitting up to even do it was just too much. But anyways, if you didn't watch my last review video, I am stitching this with Amanda from Amanda's Crafty Corner. I will of course tag her in the description box down below. She already has a video up on this. She started in the full crosses, I believe, down here below where I started, and hers is a 14 count. Mine is an 18 count because I didn't want a big piece of fabric. I have so many large kits, and I'm so sick of having to clear a table to work on them. So I was like, screw it. I am going to just order 18 count. But to be fair, I also did want to see how Painting Fairy's printing was on 18 count. And just so you know, 121 Stitch is printed by Painting Fairy. So it's the same great quality you know from Painting Fairy, but with licensed kits. And Amanda and I have actually been checking with a bunch of the designers, and I am happy to say I checked with several more yesterday. Every single one of them, there goes my phones, every single one of them said that they are in fact working with 121 Stitch. So I'm just not sure what happened with that Fairy Gathering one that was on the 121 Stitch website. I still think they should remove that listing if they haven't already, even though it doesn't have the image. But it seems for the most part that everyone is actually working with 121 Stitch. The only person that did not get back to me that I reached out to was Stitching Land, so I'm not totally sure with that, so I'm not going to buy any just yet. If I can figure out how to get pictures of a few more of the chats, it's probably only going to be like 2. I don't want to like show everyone's stuff, but just to kind of give you an idea. I'll put screenshots of 2 of my conversations with people confirming. And in my first 121 Stitch review, I did already show a chat with Wonder for Pixels as well. But I have yet to be flat out told, or I've yet to be told, no, they don't have permission to use my stuff by anyone. So if it hasn't come from Taobao and isn't dropped shipped from like Chinese sellers, then it is licensed, because some of these kits definitely you could find on like Taobao. I reverse searched and found some on there. Some of them come from AliExpress or Alibaba, like the frames and stuff. So those aren't like exclusive to Painting Fairy or 121 Stitch. But for these recognizable artists, again, they do have permission. So that just makes me happier to hear. Come on, I can't find the hole. Sorry if I'm not centered in screen either. Again, this is an 18 count, and I'm just a wee bit tired. And a bit sniffly. So, yeah. A bunch of good news so far. I'm excited to see who... my throat is drying out again. I'm excited to see who they will work with in the future. There was actually one artist that I love for cross stitch, but her stuff's a bit inappropriate, and I was gonna ask her if she would try to work with them or see if they would work with her. But unfortunately, her Etsy shop is gone, which is sad because I bought one from a set of 2 patterns that I really wanted, and now I feel like I won't be able to buy the second one. I will message her at some point and ask if I can PayPal it to her and she email me the PDF to the pattern, if she even still has access to her Etsy account that her shop was on. But in my head, that just kind of solidified, like, girl, if you see something and you want it, and buy it now. Don't wait, because it'll be gone when you're ready. That's such a bad thought for me to have, too, because last thing I need is to be buying more cross-stitch or craft kits. I hoard enough. Like, seriously. Oh my goodness, I'm almost done with this one. I'm almost done with this little section. I hope I have enough in here. But I am going to end it after this. My throat is screaming. It is actually screaming at me. Ugh, oh my goodness. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. I do have a singular kit to... Oops. A singular kit to review from Painting Fairy, but part of me kind of wants to wait until another Painting Fairy order shows up, but I don't know if I have another one coming. So I might do a short video to review it, because again, Halloween is past and it is a Halloween kit. And that's just kind of what makes sense to me, because it feels kind of weird to review a Halloween kit after Halloween is past. But they sent it out too late. They didn't send it out in time. I mean, it's adorable, but they didn't send it out in time. So that's the next thing I'm going to be posting. And then I have, I think, 1 or 2 more 121 Stitch kits coming, or PR packages. I have a PR package from VIP Cross Stitch on the way. And then I have a kit from AliExpress on the way that I'm so excited about. But oh my goodness, the shipping was like $18. And this shipping from this store used to actually be free for me before the tariffs and stuff. So I spent quite a bit on this kit that is coming, but I am so excited for it, and you bet your beans I'm going to be starting it when it gets here. And you'll know exactly why. You'll see it and you'll be like, yep, that's a Nim kit. That is definitely something a Nimmi wants. So I'm just going to end this my regular way, even though it is on half stitch. I am just going to come up on one side. So like up on the top. I'm obviously doing over here though. Down through the center. And I don't care if it shows through a little bit. And then you come up. I'm having a hard time seeing. Then you come up to the bottom of the stitch, or the square, and then back into the center. And then I just leave it in the back, and I'll snip it in a second. So, where is it? Right here. So I come up through the middle on one spot, down through the center, and then back up through the middle on above it, and then back down through the center. And that just works for me, might not work for you, but I find I get to use more of my thread when I do that. And I used a loop start on this one because it is 2 strands. I'm using 2 strands on this 18 count. So I finished that color, and I was using one of my little clippy clips. I have like 8 of these clipped to my desk. My son likes to steal them and hide them, so I kept buying more and more. And this is where we're at with this. And the next color I'm probably going to stitch is, I think I'm going to get some of this green color. This is actually a square with green hashes in it. It's just really hard to see on this canvas. I do gotta say this is the only symbol that confused me because I was looking for a solid color block on the legend and I couldn't find it. Here's the back. And let me show you what that green symbol actually looks like on the legend. Okay, so right here, it's like a box, but it's got those little, it's hard to see. It's got the little hashes in it, and you just can't tell on the fabric. I thought I was looking for like a solid one like this, but pretend the hashes aren't, or those dashes aren't in there. I thought it was just going to be like a solid green or teal color, and I couldn't find it. I was like, where is this stitch? And then I realized it's this box because it is another half stitch. But I think that's going to be the next one I work on. I'm not going to record every time I work on this, just because I have a lot of different kits. And, you know, I don't know how long I'm going to be sick. Obviously, this illness is going away, coming back worse, going away, coming back worse, going away, coming back worse. So, I'm probably going to be in bed a lot today. I have, like, a small brown lap table that fits over my legs so I can sit up in bed and have, like, a table in my lap. I mostly use it on severe fatigue days when my body doesn't have like the strength to like stand up a lot or sit up and stuff like that. It's an unfortunate part of life, but I'm used to it. But I'm really happy to have the little table. My son just likes to steal it from me all the time. He'll like drag it into the bedroom and use it as like a little table for drawing pictures, or he'll bring it onto my bed and use it to put his dinner on, even though there's like a table for us to eat at. To each their own. He's a handsome little man, and as long as he's eating, I'm happy, because with his low-functioning autism, he does have very severe food restrictions and food avoidance disorders. So as long as he's eating, I don't care where he eats. Alright, so that is all I have to share with you guys today. Sorry it's not that interesting. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope nothing is affecting your life negatively. And I appreciate you guys spending this time with me. And I love you all so very much. And sorry for being so gross and sniffly today. Bye.